everyone. Welcome to my urban winery and tasting bar, City and Country. Come on in. Well, we can see we've got great seating here, lots of space for us on the city side. And we can move over to the countryside, and you can see all this beautiful reclaimed wood came from my wife and business partner Karen's parents' ranch. And walking over to the tasting bar, we've got Matt Dawson, our sommelier.
Hi there, I've just finished setting up for a tasting and we're looking forward to having you here.
Thanks very much, Matt. Architecturally designed here on the tasting bar. It's a steel rebar reinforced concrete bar even. And more great seating back this way. Beautiful large table. You can change layouts, customize things. And we've got a fabulous retail shelf. Wine jelly, wine vinegar, and of course wine mugs. No coffee mugs, but wine mugs. And why don't you come into the back with me and I can show you where the magic happens. All right, come on back. Join me here in my winery. So what's really great and what we're really lucky to have here at City and Country is that we aren't tied to any one piece of terroir. So we can bring in grapes or must or the juice from any appellation in the world. Most commonly we bring in grapes from the Okanagan. We've brought in grapes from Niagara, Oregon, California, and various countries in the Southern Hemisphere. So when we bring those grapes in, we might crush them two ways. We'll crush them through a manual crusher, which is just two roller reels. Grapes fall through, it breaks them up. Or we will crush them by stomping them with our feet. And I wish I could show that to you right now. It's a great thing, but it's the wrong time of year to be crushing grapes. So hopefully you'll be able to join us in the fall when we have the public come and do that actual foot stomping crushing with us. After we crush them, we scoop them up in pails and we pack them into our press. And we'll pack this press right up to the top. We add some blocks of wood, as you can see underneath, and then we just crank down on it and crush it as hard as we can. It sounds like this. So do that for a few hours, and I'm sure your personal trainer will be really happy with you, and how your arms are going to feel is going to be like jelly. But that's beside the point. What I love about these kinds of presses is that we get a lot of control over it. We can really watch and see what's happening. And since we make all of our wines in small batches, we only need to run the press 5 or 6 times before we're done pressing for that particular varietal, which is really neat. Here behind me we have some of our oxygen permeable tanks. We don't use oak barrels. Instead we use these tanks, which are the new technology, opposed to oak barrels, the original technology. These originate out of Australia, and they breathe like an oak barrel, but they give me a better way to control the wine. It takes up the same footprint as 2 barrels, and I get 1,000 liters of wine here when I would normally get 450 liters out of 2 barrels. Plus they last a lot longer. It's a better investment. It allows us to keep the costs down and drive better pricing on our wines. We do still use oak. And this is actually the piece of an oak barrel. This is a French oak, and this is one step off being bent by the cooper or the barrel maker into what a normal barrel would be. So come on over here and take a look at this tank, because what we do is we put these staves directly in the tank, and this is Fumé Blanc, and it smells absolutely beautiful. And you could see the oak floating around in there. We have a lot more surface area by using all 4 sides of the oak rather than just one side. And we get, just great penetration of flavor, a lot of control. We can just pull it out and we're done. We don't have to move the wine out and that sort of thing, reducing oxygenation. Another oxygen permeable tank here we have is the egg. The egg is wonderful. It is shaped in such a way that it will actually self-mix. We can ferment in this, and many winemakers do, sometimes in clay or concrete. But this again is an oxygen permeable polymer. And this egg actually originates out of the United States. So it's a beautiful thing, it's a lot of fun. It adds a lot of flavor to the wine. With the wide bottom, it allows any sediment or lees to settle. And then as it self-mixes, it moves across that layer of sediment, and that imparts more flavor into the wine, which is just really neat. So really lucky to have this egg and really enjoy using it. Right now it has Pinotage in it from South Africa. And all of these tanks, they're all oxygen permeable. But then we move into our workhorses of tanks. So stainless steel tanks. These are variable capacity tanks, so these lids are right on the top of the wine here. These are very full. Those are 500 liter. These are 1,000 liter tanks. And that's our largest tank. We don't have anything larger than 1,000. I can move all of this equipment by myself. Sometimes you just need one other person with a pallet jack to move it. And that was important to me so that we could be very modular. That we could change the footprint. Maybe we could put racking in here and we could do all different sorts of things rather than get stuck in a really large tank in one spot. And having that head space where the air is above the wine before the top of the tank is actually really bad for the wine. So I want you to take a look at this. You can see the floating lid. And so the lid is here, but it's sitting right on the wine. It doesn't have any oxygen in it, and the wine can continue to age just like that. And that's about it. We bottle here, we filter here, we do everything we need to do here, and we do a lot of wine tasting. Matt, thank you.
There you go.
Always in the right place at the right time. This is the the best part of the job, is that you almost get this little gift every day, and you never know what you're going to be tasting, but I'm typically pleasantly surprised in it. So this is our 2020 Californian Zinfandel Rosé, and Matt, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
We're just setting up for another tasting event here, and I really enjoy our back country room. It's a little bit of privacy, but still open to the whole winery. You can really enjoy things here, and it's a great place to be able to do tasting.
Absolutely.